To be honest, when we pinned up the paper and scaled the modular to the correct dimension, I felt overwhelmed by how large it appeared. I never expected to be so taken aback by how the modular looks at a 1-to-1 scale. Maybe I'm just one of those people who struggle to grasp dimension. Or maybe the modular man really doesn't reflect the proportions of an actual human being. The healthy white male left my 19.8 by 35.57 centimeters computer screen to become a human scale representation. Drawn into a black background, the white silhouette makes its exclusion become glaringly obvious. The modular is not just a design tool, but a system that reinforces a narrow, idealized vision of humanity that I don't think ever really accounted for the modernist society, or at least, it doesn't account for the society of the 21st century. It was quite triggering to see how I kept having to approach the stairs while drawing the modular silhouette, as without it, I wouldn't reach many extents of his standard body. This made me realize how his rigid proportions, although designed to represent a universal standard, really fail to account for the diversity of a real human body. The form of his body, from his shoulders to his waist and head, have proportions that feel distinctly off and don't seem to align with any 1.829 meters tall man. The silhouette is encapsulated within a grid drawn by Le Corbusier, seemingly inspired by the golden ratio and Fibonacci's sequence. Initially, I wasn't planning on drawing the grid because it has always felt overly complex to understand. However, I suddenly found myself symbolically incarcerating the modular within his own grid. When painting the negative, this feeling became much more apparent. This incarceration mirrored how design has often confined humanity within rigid, idealized frameworks. This act of imprisonment reflected the way such systems reduce human complexity to predetermined proportions, ignoring individuality and diversity. The physical act of tracing its rigid, universal proportions emphasized its disconnection from the diversity and irrationality of real human bodies. This tactile process underscored the critique. The modular's standardization is not a celebration of humanity, but an imposition upon it, one that erases individuality in favor of conformity. The modular just really seems as an act of simplification where everything the human body encapsulates has been left aside.
Okay, ready? You ready?
Okay, now I'm going to let it go in.